There we go. Raul, don't say too many bad words.
At least not yet.
So, all right. So we've got Zoom. So if you're watching on YouTube, you can hear me. You just can't see me. But that's okay. We've got plenty of beautiful faces for you to look at. We're about to get started here on the audio side of things. All right, Justin, you ready?
I am.
All right. So we're going to hit record in 3, 2, 1. What? Broadcasting from the Bourbon Ash Cigar Lounge. It's our second Podaversary. It's Smoking Sounds, the ultimate podcast for cigar and pipe enthusiasts and those looking to embark on a journey where smoke intertwines with sound. What's up, everybody? I'm Sean, one of the hosts of Smoking Sounds, and we want to say a big happy one-year anniversary to Josh and the team at Bourbon Ash Cigar Lounge. And joining me is a man who needs no introduction.
Walk us in the club like I got a big.
I really didn't.
Hold on. I need this part, Justin. Hold on. Okay. It's the other cold ass honky. It's Justin.
The only thing I have to say is that Stephanie Vakir got betrayed last night on Raw.
Yeah.
Nikki Bella, you can get the finger, the middle.
That's right. So for those joining us on Zoom here, we had a little Macklemore thrift shop going there. So, I like that where he says the cold ass honkies. Cody, I'm wearing my Kentucky Gentleman hat. You can't see it, but hey, we do want to welcome Cody from Kentucky Gentleman Cigars. Also, we've got the Panda himself, Raul, the Smoking Text is here. Chad, Mr. CCW is here. And Mr. Andrew Vinson's here. We're going to get all those guys on. Josh, what's going on, brother?
Oh, it's enjoying a nice Veterans Day. Happy Veterans Day to everybody that served. Thank you.
And thank you for your service.
Yes,
absolutely.
And thank you for mentioning that.
So, do you want to just jump right into everything?
Yeah, let's jump right into it.
So first of all, speaking of anniversaries, Bourbon and Ash will be celebrating their 1-year anniversary. So, and Josh has a bunch of new. We had mentioned he was doing some work downstairs. This is a 2-level lounge. So Josh, why don't you kind of just fill in our listeners about kind of the progress and where we're at?
Well, November 15th will be 1 year for us. So it flew by. Couldn't believe how fast it's gone by, but we are doing an addition downstairs. We have an area down there that we've kind of never really, we had an idea what we were going to do. So we rearranged some furniture, moved pool tables, and we are introducing today that we are going to have, as we talked about earlier, the only VIP members only lounge, cigar lounge downstairs.
Heck yeah. Members only. Do I have to wear my members only jacket when I come?
Absolutely.
That's right. So Cody, we are opening up some of these Kentucky Gentleman cigars here. And so they are, they're kind of, I guess I would say probably like they're not quite 60, but they are the torpedo tipped ones. So you'll have to kind of fill us in. They were just in clear cellophane, so I'm not sure. They're not the Kentucky Cuban, so I'm not sure which ones these are. Everybody, this is Cody. He is the owner of Kentucky Gentleman Cigars. And first of all, I want to say thank you so much for taking the time to jump on with us. Thank you so much for sending us the hat and the cigars. Tell us a little bit about Kentucky Gentleman Cigars, how it got started, and we're going to light these cigars up while you're talking.
So Kentucky Gentleman Cigar Company in its origin was started by my family, my parents, my mother, and my father. My dad kind of did it as a retirement idea. We were originally from California, and he had a bunch of rental properties and rental estate out there. And that was in the early 2000s. And he kind of just saw the way the direction of real estate was going and sold all his properties and moved us to Kentucky, where he's originally from. So within his retirement, he was thinking of what else he wanted to do. He couldn't just sit around and do nothing. So he was on a fishing trip. That was around 2004, 2005 with some of his brothers and cousins. They were fishing out in Mexico. They always went swordfish fishing for marlin, things like that. So they were joking on this fishing trip about what he should do. And our family was always in cigarette tobacco in Harrodsburg, Kentucky. growing burley and snuff and things like that. They also owned the tobacco warehouses where they would have the auctions and so on. So from that side, it's always been in the family, but never really in the cigar side of it. So with him being in Kentucky, they said, well, with bourbon and cigars, it would be a cool idea for you to combine the two. Like I said, this was early 2000s at the time. And he just took that as a joke, and they finished on their fishing trip, smoking cigars, drinking. And then he came back and he told my mom he was going to start a cigar company and being fully serious. And she thought he was joking. And so from that moment, he was just finding on who could teach him how to roll cigars, who could teach him more about the cigar industry. So he actually went down to Austin, Texas, to a place called Babalu's and learned to roll from a gentleman named Jeff and his brother. And he spent down 2 weeks with them, and they taught him how to roll, taught him different blending styles, what tobaccos are popular, what to use, et cetera, et cetera. He came back with that information and knowledge and just started rolling cigars. But for whatever reason, he couldn't figure out why they were all, tasting the same. He couldn't really figure out blending. He was just rolling what he had. So then he went down to the Dominican, right outside of Punta Cana. He was staying at a resort there, and then went into the town and met a local gentleman named Papo. Papo took him to their building where they rolled cigars, where they also grew tobacco, and they also had a small labeling company right in the back. So they would make little bands and stuff for cigars. So he showed them their different rollers. It was him, his grandparents, his wife, and then his brothers and sisters. They were all rollers. So they all taught him different rolling styles, different blends, the growing process, casking, all that good stuff, the way they did it down in Dominican. So he took that information and he was down there for about a month. And they came back and then started storing tobacco in bourbon barrels, not for any aging purposes, but that's how he was storing it so his tobacco didn't dry out over the winter. Well, after the winter was over and he rolled that tobacco, he realized it made his cigars taste different once he rolled it up. So from within that idea, this is around 2007. He takes that idea to Buffalo Trace and he's like, so what would you guys think if you had a locally grown product aged in local bourbon barrels and you had a cigar done for you? And they took the pitch and they enjoyed, what they wanted. At this point, we weren't even making cigars for companies or even really our own core line. We were just getting off the ground. We had a store, but it wasn't even that big of a process yet. So he had to do about 1,000 cigars in about a 3-month process for them. And it was just him, my mom, and then 2 other rollers at the time. And they're rolling all these cigars for Buffalo Trace. So that was the main start of it. But before that, he had no rolling experience, no experience in the cigar industry. So it really just started from the ground up. And that shop was actually in our horse barn that he completely remodeled that was behind our house in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. So it actually started on the same property that we lived on.
Okay.
Excellent, man. So we'll kind of jump here to the present. So what are the cigars that Sean and I have?
So I know I sent you the Cuban, and you're talking about the torpedo. Is it the two-tone torpedo?
So we've got kind of a lighter shade and two darker shades.
So the lighter shade is a Sumatra wrapper and a Nicaraguan binder and filler, and that cigar, all the tobacco is grown here in Kentucky.
Oh wow.
And then the lighter shade, or did you say the dark? You said a light and a dark?
2 darks, 1 light.
Okay. And the 2 darks are, one's a Kentucky broadleaf and one's an Ecuadorian Oscuro.
Okay.
Wow.
The darker one is the broadleaf.
Yeah, which is the one?
I've got the broadleaf, and I think you've got the Oscuro.
Wow.
That's what
the Oscuro is almost like a brownie color. And
I think I've got the Oscuro, and you've got the broadleaf.
The broadleaf is really dark and almost like oil looking.
Yeah, I think that's the one you've got, Justin.
I know I almost think it's a Gordo size or something like that, but just excellent. Our first impressions, lots of flavor,
yes,
lots of leathery notes and that sort of thing. So I'm just really excited. And this is a real man cigar. Like you need to take time with this. By the way, so Josh, just wants you to jump in here. So what did you select for our to smoke with us today?
Oh, I got one of these as well.
Oh, did you?
Yep, I grabbed one. I was smoking a Goliath earlier, but I got when in Rome, you have to smoke.
That's right. I wanted to make sure you had some. So Raul, what do you think about all this so far, buddy?
Well, I feel like I'm limited to what I could say after what you told me, but no, I'm good. No, I'm having a good time, man. Again, hey, congratulations, guys, on on the anniversary. So real proud of y'all, man.
Well, thank you so much for
Hey, we
being here,
appreciate
Raul.
you.
It means a lot. Look, and this is why I wanted to kind of invite you guys on too, and not to steer away from Cody and Kentucky Gentleman. The best part of doing what we've been able to do is this: it's connecting and meeting you guys. Chad and Andrew and hopefully our boy Howling with Big Al be jumping on in a little bit.
You guys didn't hear that
I don't know
sound
if you could hear
effect.
the sound effect, but this has been the best part, is being able to make these relationships, friendships across the United States that we wouldn't have without this. So thank you guys, each and every one of you, for taking the time out. Chad, what you smoking on over there, buddy?
Well, in memory of in dedication of Veterans Day, I smoking the Jack Carr from Hooten
Oh
Young.
yeah. And you sent us a couple of Hooten Youngs.
I sent you the midnight. Oh shoot! Now I can't remember. It was a limited edition. They only made one batch of them.
Oh wow.
It's the one with the shaggy foot. It was a
Yes,
unfinished foot.
Yes, that is it. Yep. And you also sent us a couple of Ezra Zions. I think it was the bourbon, or I'm sorry, the brisket ones or something like that.
Oh, this burnt ends.
Burnt ends. Yeah.
So
those are good too.
And then we're gonna smoke those with you here short. So thank you for taking time. Thanks for wearing your smoking sounds hat. Everybody will get to see that on the old YouTube there.
So Chris, now kind of just real quick now what's your are you just a big cigar fan? Is that or what connection?
Basically, yeah, the last 5 years I've kind of really, I started out where my stepdad we'd go camping and sit around the fire, the fire pit, and he'd break out the Swisher Sweets, and then after my time in the Marine Corps, I kind of, a buddy of mine was a cigar smoker.
Semper Fi.
Semper Fi, thank you. Yeah, we had our big birthday yesterday, so
indeed. What, 250?
250, yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
For the Marine Corps. Yeah.
So, Navy, Marine Corps. I think both this year was 250. So yeah.
So that introduced you to cigars, kind of getting into the better stuff.
Yeah. So in the last 5 years, I've kind of just thrown myself into just learning and listening and reading and just kind of like self-educating pretty much.
I think that's a lot of what we all do. I mean,
yeah.
Some of us try to read like Cigar Aficionado, but sometimes they just, nothing against them, but a lot of times they're over my head. Like I'm just looking, I'm like, okay, I'm not sure what.
Yeah, it's kind of
or if this cigar is like $300 a stick or whatever,
Yeah,
all right, so Chris, as a rank fan, as just a pedestrian fan, like me and Sean are, that's all we are, just pedestrian fans. What's your undisputed right now? What's your undisputed cigar champ? The one you go for the most, or that's just the best you've had so far? I'll put you right on the spot.
The one I smoked the most is the Hooten Young 2020.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I've found Hooten Young through John Carney. I went to one of his events when he was first starting Bentley, and so that's kind of how I found that. And then I dug into the story behind Hooten Young and Norm Hooten, and there are too many in the cigar community that are veterans, that are cigar owners or shop owners that are veterans and stuff like that. But the story from what everybody knows is Black Hawk Down, really kind of sunk with me, and the purpose behind every cigar. They're mostly all of them are from different operations. Gothic Serpent, which is the one that they got Bin Laden and things like that. So I connected that way, military wise, and I kind of have hung on to that. West Tampa is a close second.
Okay,
Like,
That's a good
West
one.
Temper Red. Is it the West Temper Red that you like?
I like the black, but I don't. If I had a red or a white as well, I would smoke them just the same. I mean, everything he's put out. One of my favorites that they put out is another limited release, and you can't even get them anymore. It's the Boliche Boulevard from West Tampa.
I've
And
got
that-
one of those. Cigars with Angels sent me one of those.
That's probably one of those ones. I have like 4 left in my humidor, and I know everybody says don't just smoke them, don't save them, smoke them, but those are the ones that like I want to have the time, and I want to have the moment where I can enjoy it to the fullest.
Yeah,
Only because I know that once they're gone, they're gone.
yeah.
But
I
yeah,
want to
I
say
mean,
real quick, Al has jumped on and Jacob Graham has jumped on. So thank you guys for jumping on. We're going to kind of go through the roll call here in a second. I just wanted to, sorry, Chad, I didn't mean to cut you
That's
off there, buddy. But I wanted to acknowledge that those guys had jumped on, say hello to them. And
So we'll and I'll go around some of the people we haven't found out. So Andrew. So now I know. So what would you say your go-to undisputed champ is right now? Now that the belt can change hands to be sure, but what's your go-to champ right now for cigars?
Oh man, I have a low bar for taste. I'm not like a cigar aficionado.
Me too.
I like those Kentucky fire cured cigars, and they make these smaller ones. I love those.
Yep.
Like little cheroots.
Yep, I smoke those.
Now,
and then
Justin
I got pipes.
Andrew is a pipe smoker.
Oh, is that right?
And he used to make, or do you still make pipes?
No, we had a little mini jet lathe, and we made briar pipes for about a year.
Oh wow!
It was really fun. We had a blast with it.
So do you still smoke the pipe?
Yeah. I still smoke the pipe.
What's your go-to tobacco then?
There's this it's a Virginia burley, and it's got vanilla in it. It's super good. There's this local cigar shop here called Jerry's Cigars, and they just call it Jerry's Choice here. And so I'll go pick up some of Jerry's Choice, and that's what I've been smoking for like
maybe if
7 years.
maybe if we're extra nice to you, maybe you can send me a pinch or two of that so I can try it.
I will. I love it, man. It's so good.
And so Cody, you said something earlier about Burley and Kentucky Gentleman. Is that something that, do you guys do pipe tobacco as well, or is it just strictly cigars?
So we just do strictly cigars. So when we started, we did pipe tobacco, but they made us have different licensing in Kentucky to produce both. So we just focus more on the cigar side of it. But we do a lot of cigars with Kentucky fire cured, Kentucky broadleaf. We do grow Connecticut shade in Kentucky, so we call it Kentucky shade. So that's mainly what we use wrapper wise. And it can also be used for binder.
So which is the Kentucky Gentleman cigar that's most likely to have a fair amount of Kentucky fire cured in it?
So we call it our Kentucky Smoke, and that has fire cured binder and wrapper, and the filler is a Nicaraguan filler.
Awesome.
We have those in the Churchill and a Toro.
Okay. Real quick, Jacob, what's going on, brother? I see you sitting over there. Are you smoking on anything?
Yeah, I'm smoking the Battleborn for all the veterans today. So
awesome.
Today's Veterans Day. I'll smoke something in honor of them. So that's what I want. It's Perez Calillo. Am I saying that right? Hopefully.
Is it EP Carrillo?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Costa Carrillo now, I think.
Yeah. Costa Carrillo now. Yeah.
Thank you so much for jumping on. And,
absolutely. Thank you for the invite. I appreciate it.
And we're going to run through here in a little bit and let everybody kind of promote what, pages and all that stuff. Raul, you didn't tell us what you're smoking on. You got a Karen Burger? Are you smoking on?
Oh man, why'd you have to go there, man?
Hey, she makes great cigars.
That she does. So I'm smoking the Patriot from Hayes Gray.
He's great.
Oh, excellent.
Actually, thank you to brother Al, man. He's the one that sent me this. So Al, thank you. So yeah.
Excellent.
Alan, you're on there. What's up, brother? Say hello to us if you're not driving.
What's going on? I'm not now.
See, Al's he gets his own sound effect. So Al, how's it going, man? How you been?
Been well. Hope you guys have had a chance to catch Howling with Big Al and versus the Rattlesnake Smoking Tex.
Hey, that was awesome. If you haven't, you got, and the Lounge Life podcast is releasing here in just a few hours.
Yes. And that's, we've got the man, the myth, the legend, Pedro Gomez from Drew Estate.
Wow. Okay.
So we're excited about that. I'm not smoking anything yet, but I also have a Patriot from Hayes Gray Cigars on deck.
I'm gonna try one of those.
We're getting all these wolves. Mr. Ash Wolf Lee, he just sent me a couple of Hayes Grays. Cody, I'm gonna go around the room here real quick and just ask the guys. I'm really enjoying this. I sent you a picture. I texted you a picture of the one I was smoking.
Yes, sir.
Since me and Justin, we've always said we got faces for radio, and we broke the camera looking at it.
Yeah.
So, just a really good and well-constructed cigar.
Thank you. I was looking at that picture. That's actually the Solomon I sent you. So that has the Habano 2000 wrapper on that. So that's going to give you a lot of those cedar and creamy notes on that cigar.
I was fixing to say this is really creamy, and I wouldn't. So that makes a lot of sense. Josh, what are you thinking about that one you got over there?
Oh, I'm just sitting and enjoying it. It's fantastic.
Justin, what do you got over there, brother?
Well, the more and especially since Cody brought up Buffalo Trace, the more I smoke this, the more I'm thinking, wow, I could use some bourbon with this. But like Matt educated me last episode, I probably want a dusty bourbon, not a sweet bourbon. You remember he was talking about that?
Yes.
I can't remember what all. I have to go back and listen to which ones he said.
To Matt's poor decisions.
Yeah, his poor decisions. I'm
glad you brought up bourbon, Justin, because these are some of the distilleries that Kentucky Gentleman is working with: Angel's Envy, Blanton's, Castle and Key, Chicken Cock, Four Roses. And Cody, I'm going to screw up that last one. Jephthah Creed. You might want to help me out with that one.
Jephthah Creed, but pretty close.
But so, is there any other ones that I forgot to mention that you guys are working with?
We just closed the deal with another one called Monk's Road last week, so we'll be adding them to the list as well. They're called Log Still Distillery, and that's what they are selling is their Monk's Road family blend.
Okay, so you'll be putting out cigars that feature these like Four Roses and that sort of thing?
Yeah, so they have distillery exclusives at their gift shop where they sell those cigars in their gift shop.
Oh, excellent.
Wow.
And you can get Blantons here, right?
We distribute Blantons to wholesalers and things like that.
Yeah, Josh just said it's hard for us to get up here in Tulsa. So if you know any connections, we could definitely use them up here in Tulsa.
Can definitely help you out with that.
And so Matt, my cousin was going to be here. He had a medical thing he had to take care of. I actually had brought the Blanton cigar that you sent for him because he is our, kind of whiskey extraordinaire here with Matt's Poor Decisions, brought to you by the Dram Amateur podcast, Justin.
Another plug. There you go. Dram Amateur. I hope you're listening, buddy. And you're another one. You've been with us since day one. So, I hope it's all going well in your neck of the woods. And I don't have to say this, but keep drinking.
So now, before I twist Andrew's arm and ask him to play a song for us, Cody, I wanted to ask, so with the distilleries and stuff, a lot of people do like the bourbon trails and stuff. Are you guys part of any of those up and around that area?
So to get to either Buffalo Trace or Woodford Reserve, you have to pass our shop. So we get the tour buses going to and from, whether just bachelor parties. And we've been working with a lot of those tour bus groups since we've been going around since 2005. So we have a lot of connection with the drivers and our company. So they usually give us a head up when they come by, but we usually get about 30 buses a month from those distillery tours.
Oh, wow.
That's
So
awesome.
it definitely helps a lot. But a lot of times they're just in to grab cigars in between their lunch or the distillery to the next. They'll grab them and go. But sometimes they make it a stop to have an hour to sit, have a drink, have a cigar in between the distillery tours as well.
Okay. So if you guys don't mind, I'm going to ask Andrew. Andrew, do you feel like playing something for us?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Can we put you on the spot? Maybe, you know, if I could, I would start tossing some $100 bills your way. It's definitely worth it. But so I'm going to mute our mics just so we don't pick up any background noise here. Because like I said, thank you so much for doing this. I am going to mute our mics, and I'm listen right here on 101.1 KCGR. It is Andrew Vinson. Take it away.
All righty. This is a song off my new record. It's called Lost at Sea.
We're not getting it, brother.
You're not getting it?
No, we're not hearing it for some reason.
Really? But you can hear my voice.
Yes, I got your voice.
But no guitar. Let me tilt the mic down.
Hey, yeah, so look, that's okay.
Can y'all hear that?
Do it again.
Nope.
Oh, I can almost hear it for a second, and then it.
That's so weird.
See?
Y'all can't hear that?
No. Live podcast, guys.
That's right.
I mean,
hey.
we just, I
don't
mean,
know.
So I
mean, the mic's working. I have no idea. I'm not like a real tech savvy guy. My brother-in-law set everything up. So I'm not sure if it's y'all can't hear that.
See,
I heard you strum there for a second.
Yeah, I can almost hear that strum like for a second, and then it drops out. I don't know.
All right, let me lower the mic, see if I can get it kind of a little bit closer to the guitar.
All right, we're just going to kind of talk amongst ourselves.
Yeah.
So
how's that Casa Carrillo treating you over there, buddy?
I'm loving it. It's this is my second one. I only got a 5-pack, but this is my second one, and I smoked one the day I got them, and I'm really enjoying it. I'd definitely buy a box if I had to go buy some more. So,
yeah, I've had a couple of their offerings, and so far I've really enjoyed what I've had. So.
Yeah, they got a good selection out there. I've only had a couple. I think I've had this one, and then the Pledge is the only other one I've had, and the Pledge was really enjoyable too.
Yes,
so.
I've had the Pledge and the Encore, and those Jay
The
Furman
Encore is really
recommended.
good.
Yeah. Hey, Cody, I wanted to ask you. I'm in Indiana. Where are you at in Kentucky?
Frankfurt, right in the capital. Yeah.
Okay, you're about a couple hours from me, I think. I'm gonna have to come down and visit that shop sometime. It's called? I see your hat. Is it called Kentucky Gentleman?
Kentucky Gentleman, yes, sir.
Awesome, right on. I'll have to come visit sometime.
Yeah, man. There's plenty to do, at least because Lexington's 30 minutes away, Louisville's 45 minutes away, 30 minutes away. So there's a lot of stuff around Frankfurt, and whether you want to stay here or get a little bit of a city vibe as well.
For sure, yeah. I'm in South Central Indiana, so I'm about an hour from Louisville.
Not too bad.
So, yeah, not too bad.
So now Josh was kind enough to put he put a little taste of bourbon in my hand here. So Josh, what did you bring me, sir?
This is a little Wild Turkey Rare Breed, 116.9 proof.
Amazing.
Got a little fire with a cigar.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Amazing.
So Josh, I wanted to give you a chance. You were just mentioning something to us earlier. So now on the 20th, you have a very special event coming up, as not only your anniversary, but now you have something else.
Yeah, we have Espinosa Cut and Light and Elijah Craig bourbon tasting. We usually do. If we do a cut and light, we usually try to mix it with some type of bourbon. So we'll have 3 different Elijah Craigs here. So I mean, you got bourbon and ash. What a great combination.
That's right. Hey, there you go. Andrew, you want to try to strum a couple of times for us, see if we can hear anything?
Yeah. If it doesn't work, we'll just have to call it. But
that's okay.
Can y'all hear that?
See, I can almost hear it. Like when you're talking, it's like it comes through the mic.
Yeah.
I'm right up on that mic, so I don't know what the problem is.
Oh man.
Well, you know what? We'll just continue talking with you.
And
okay, we can shoot for it another time.
Yeah, we'll play Lost at Sea as we're kind of headed out of this episode.
Now we've already featured your album on the Smoking Sounds Facebook page, so let everybody know it was out. And so we will definitely do that again, guys.
Appreciate
If you haven't heard Andrew's music, it's really it kind of crosses that. And maybe Andrew, maybe you can correct me, but it seems to cross that line kind of between country, a little bit of rock, and folk almost like.
Yeah.
I get that folk vibe in there.
Yeah, it's kind of got a little bit of all that. I grew up, listening to punk rock and roll and then mellowed out over the years. And now I'm into a bunch of, Americana and stuff like that. So I'd almost describe my sound as like dirt emo or something. I don't know.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
this is for Sean. So did you ever jam a little MXPX back in the day?
Oh, a bunch. Yeah, I was actually on his podcast recently and I painted his house.
Oh, so hey,
Oh, really?
So what's funny, Andrew, and you may know this. So we've had R.R. Williams, Mike Williams has been on our podcast. So he
Okay.
was in the Agony scene they were
Okay.
signed to Tooth and Nail, and the Agony scene has just got back together, and they're working on putting out a new album. So there's a lot of buzz has been going on about that. They're kind of more, I guess, screamo, if you will.
Okay.
And that's kind of not usually my cup of tea, but
Yeah.
we're hoping to get to put something together with Mike and the Agony scene, just because it's so great to have them here locally.
Yeah.
But ever since I've kind of come across your music we got introduced to each other on Instagram, and I'm telling you, Lost at Sea is played in my house. It's funny because my 10-year-old, she has like her little setup, and I'll hear it coming from her bedroom, and it's like such a proud father moment, right?
That's awesome.
I'm like, I love that they love this music, right? They're not just listening to it because they heard dad listening to it.
Yeah.
And they're singing along with it. And like I said, Jesus has become kind of a new fan favorite in the Jones household, if you will.
So Andrew, speaking of that, I did want to ask about, so can you briefly tell us like the inspiration for Jesus?
Yeah. I was a firefighter for 5 years, full time.
Oh,
In the
wow. Okay.
first 3 years, I was at a really busy firehouse. And I think those first 3 years really left an impression. The calls, the things you see. And so I left that fire department and moved back home to Tallahassee and worked here for 2 years. But at that point, I was kind of used to it, to the calls and stuff. But those first 3 years, I kind of felt like they broke my view of humanity a little bit. You kind of see the underbelly of a community, and there's a lot of stuff
Right.
that's not, in the news,
Right.
that you see, and a lot of, overdoses, suicides, all that stuff. And so I was driving home from a show in South Georgia, and I saw this church billboard and it said Jesus, Jesus, and it just got me thinking. I wrote down all those lyrics and went home, and that was one of those songs that just like I had it right, in 30 minutes it was down.
Wow.
Which are typically the best ones. So yeah, it's just kind of like all my questions for God and kind of trying to figure out how to re-piece together like some hope in humanity.
Right. Right, exactly. So because that's one of those, guys, if you haven't heard the album, you need to get that on Apple Music or Spotify and give that a listen. It's I had just had to ask him about that because I could really tell that came from a I almost want to say a deep dark place, but certainly a deep place anyway. Yeah.
Yeah.
But certainly I could tell there was a lot behind that. So I'm glad I had a chance to kind of talk about that. But so guys, when this podcast is done, go download that album and listen to it.
And if I can, Justin, the Jesus, I'm going to say down at the creek. I can't remember exactly, or down at the spring that you just released not too long. That is that is beautiful, brother. I was just watching it last night, and so I would recommend everybody to watch that too. If you're ever up in Tulsa, I know a guy who owns a place called Bourbon and Ash. We may be able to get you a gig up here.
Yeah, I mean,
all right.
Your guitar, if you have a, but they do all kinds of, because I know, Josh, now you've had like jazz up in here and all that kind of stuff, and blues. And
we started out, we went across kind of everything, and we really settled with jazz. Just seemed to hit the vibe right, and we had some different kind of jazz, but it just seems that smoking a cigar, drinking a bourbon, and listen to a little jazz just goes just about right.
Hell yeah, that sounds great. I've played Tulsa once before. I played a place called the First Shop.
Oh yeah, I know that. Yeah, I'm familiar with that place. Wow.
Yeah.
And by
Small
the way,
world.
this Kentucky Gentleman cigar I have, and the Josh's Wild Turkey 116 or whatever it was, just a perfect pairing. Just guys, so just so if you're taking notes at home, and some of you are, you get the Kentucky Gentleman and get some of that Wild Turkey, and I'm gonna tell you what, it just goes hand in glove.
So speaking of Wild Turkey, I got to check in with Brother Al and the Smoke and Text over there, because they just went toe to toe with the gobbler themselves. So you guys are all right, right? You guys are handling this okay, right, Raul?
Oh man, let me tell you, I was hurting the next day, like so bad. But I kind of, hey, no excuses. Brother Al did his thing, and hey, I'll take it in the chin. My wife, on the other hand, she wasn't upset. My wife's the type of person, she don't get upset, but she just makes sure that I'm full of daily activities throughout the day. Yeah.
Got to keep you occupied.
Absolutely. Oh my God. At that point, I think like around noon, I just turned around and told her, listen, you're just gonna have to yell at me, because I don't know how much more I can keep doing this.
Brother Al, you did Raul dirty, brother.
No, man, I didn't do him dirty. We went heads up.
Okay, so a lot of our listeners who are like, okay, what's the inside joke here? So fill in the challenge and all that. So for a lot of our listeners, and that sort of thing.
Man, so listen, it was just so me and Al, we've always wanted to do something, together, right? And so we were just trying to think of what is it that we could do. Well, unfortunately, one day I was just asleep, right? And I just got up and I was like, a Wild Turkey 101 challenge. Why did that come into my head? I regret it now. I'll be quite honest with you, But yeah, so I threw it to Al, and I said, man, let's do it. I didn't realize, me thinking, and of course, Al, I love you, man, but this little leprechaun over here, man, just keeps going at it with that Wild Turkey. I was like, God, man, I cannot keep up with this guy, man. and listen, I'm 6 foot 295. And man, I just, at the end of that day, so I tried to do a live. I told him, I said, Al, I'm gonna go do a live, an IG live. Yeah, that did not work out good either at all. Like, I was on that live for like 5 minutes, and my wife was just looking at me, you need to get inside already. Yeah, I'm going, no, but listen, man, I love Al so much, man, and I'm glad that we were able to entertain, the people that came on. Hopefully we'll be able to do it again, but I think this time maybe some coffee or something. Now, what do you say?
Yeah, I agree. We could figure out a different thing, a different way to compete for sure.
And listen, the only reason I call him a leprechaun is because, well, he wasn't a leprechaun. What were you again now in that?
We went to an event at our local zoo that's a fundraiser, and it was Wizard of Oz themed. So I had on a sequin green tailcoat, a green top hat, green sunglasses. I was rocking from the Emerald City. So
yeah, and he I was on the IG live, and he comes on, and I was like, oh my God. And he looks at us. He said, you're about to call me a leprechaun, weren't you?
He already knew.
Yeah, but listen, we had so much fun, man. All the promos that we did, we got to live out our WWE dreams. My last promo that I did for that Rocky, man,
those were so good. Justin, I'll have to show them to you, man.
Oh, yeah,
they gave Saturday Night Main Events a run for their money. They were all like, let me tell you something, Mean Gene, brother. So Andrew, I got to tell you, I had posted something, and I believe I had lost it seeing it. And Raul messaged me like right after I posted it, and he said, "Man, thank you so much for turning me on to this guy." So it's so cool what this community does, not just for cigars, but being able to share music and stuff that you may not hear otherwise. And so I hope that you're seeing some of that feedback, because your music is just absolutely amazing. And we can't wait to we'll get something worked out where we can
Yeah.
have you play. But just thank you for putting out all the music that you put out and allowing us to play it and stuff. It's just been
Oh yeah.
absolutely a blessing, and we enjoy the hell out of
Well,
it.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it so much. It's hard, everybody now, there's so many people putting music out that it just, you put it out, it feels like it's just kind of lost in the ether. And so it's hard to get your music out there. So I really appreciate y'all playing it. It means a lot.
Well-
It's certainly our pleasure. But yeah, you should know. I mean, we actually have listeners in the United Arab Emirates. We've had Sweden check in.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I can't believe it. Like, why would you guys be interested? UK has checked in with us. And again, I'm always like, why would y'all listen to knuckleheads from Oklahoma?
And believe it or not, the past couple episodes, a large number of our downloads are coming from Australia now.
Oh, that's awesome.
So we're going to all become like Pitbull, Mr. Worldwide. So Chad, I haven't checked in with you there for a moment, brother. How you holding up over there? You still with us?
Doing good. Yep. Just enjoying the camaraderie and being a part of this. It's my first podcast ever. I've never been on anything like this before, so.
Oh, you're a natural,
Yeah.
dude. You are a natural.
Just don't steal our job.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So listen, if you catch the bug, Chris or Chad, I'm sorry. If you catch the bug, remember now that Al does a Lounge Live podcast, which you might finagle your way to get on that thing, because him and Rob, they just do a much better job than us, and and they're a lot more professional than us, so if you get the bug.
I follow them on Instagram, I believe. So I see him pop up with some of his lives. So.
Oh yeah, so definitely check in with them and just harass them and all that,
and
it'll be good for them.
And Cody, Jacob brought up a great point. He was talking about the Kentucky. So let's tell people how they can get your cigars. Let's throw out some websites. I know you're KY Gentleman Cigars on Instagram. Talk a little bit about where people can find these fantabulous cigars that now, and are they hand rolled there in Kentucky?
Yes, so we hand roll them in, not in the shop where we sell our cigars at, but we have our warehouse in Frankfurt still as well, and that's where we hand roll all our cigars. You can get our cigars from www.KentuckyGentleman, MEN, not gentleman, cigars.com. So anytime you order cigars, it comes directly from us. We typically don't distribute any of our cigars to other smoke shops unless they come out and reach us personally, or maybe they have sold our Blanton's line that we do for the wholesalers as well. But we like people who take pride in taking care of their humidor and the cigar that are in it. Because at least for locally, I know it's not for all cigar lounges, locally, a lot of the cigar lounges and stores don't have a very well humidified humidor situation. So anytime I even buy cigars, I mean, I have to let them sit in my humidor for a while before I smoke them. So just from personal experience, I try and do it on a more hand-to-hand basis, but I kind of like that. We've built a lot of natural relationships that way.
Right.
So any place that you want our cigars in it, you can give your lounge or shop owner our information, and we'll definitely work with them to get our cigars in those lounges, because we do want that. We just like people who want to actually curate and take care of the product they have in there, not just do it just to have another box that collects dust on the shelf.
Right. That's not a good, because when they open, it's not a good rep. So,
and if you get a cigar, you get it from us, or, you get it from somebody that, we kind of vet to make sure, because if you get even the Blanton cigar from somebody and it's dry, you're going to come back and blame me, not necessarily the person selling it.
Yeah. So if you don't mind, Cody, I would like to kind of mention or bring up something that we're kind of working on. We have been in discussion about possibly putting together a Smokin' Sounds Kentucky Gentleman cigar.
Dun dun dun.
Hell yeah.
So we are absolutely thrilled with the opportunity to kind of work with you on kind of blending this, and hopefully that's something that we can get put together. And is that something that people would be able to buy on your website? Is that kind of what we're working towards and stuff? Is that what we're thinking?
Definitely through the website. And then I don't know if you guys have a website where you sell merch or anything, but you could put a link there and it'd take them straight to our website so they could purchase. However, put the link in your Instagram bio, whichever thing like that.
Right.
Yeah, shit. You kidding me? And Justin, we're gonna be walking around with those like things that has the website rolling across our t-shirts and stuff where people can buy them. We're just so thrilled for the opportunity to work on this with you. And if I mean, just these cigars that you guys still enjoying these over here? Let's do a check-in with you guys. I haven't checked in with Josh and Justin for a second. I'm getting lost in this cigar, Cody. It's just so good. I love this habanero or habano. I'm sorry, wrapper here, Justin.
See, I got him started on the habanero bit, but yeah, definitely. Again, I like the consistency of flavor. I mean, I'm down kind of past the middle point, and the flavor has remained the same. The draw has remained the same. Everything about it has just been super consistent. Still getting that kind of leathery, creamy kind of taste to it. But very full in flavor. So just been really, I'm just really loving it. When that wild turkey kind of paired with that, again, it just took it to another level. And it's kind of early in the day for another pour, but I don't know, man, with these Kentucky Gentlemen, I don't. So Cody, I wanted to ask you real quick then also, so like some of the other, like if you can't make it to the Buffalo Trace tour, if you can't make it to Four Roses, will you be able to get some of those from the website, or is that just exclusive to those places?
So yeah, the distilleries you mentioned on the brochure are distillery exclusives besides Blanton's and Castle and Key.
Okay.
Those you can buy either through our website or their website.
But the other stuff is exclusive to that to the distillery.
Correct.
Okay. So Josh, we were going around the room here. So what are your how's that Kentucky Gentleman treating you?
It's treating me fantastic. I'm actually on the Instagram page right now looking at all the
Wow, there you go. Look at that.
See, Cody, this is what we do. We bring cigars into Bourbon and Ash, and we get them in Josh's hands, and then he's automatically starts scrolling and checking them out while we're doing the episode with him. So
can't beat it.
We're 2 for 2. They talked about West Tampa. We brought them in. Great sellers. Have another order coming in hopefully tomorrow.
Yay!
And then
have you guys had the Attic series from West Tampa?
I have not.
No, I have.
Oh,
yes.
That's up there.
That's a good one.
Like if you like chocolate and cherries, I mean, I know we all have different flavor profile, but I get chocolate and cherries galore out of that cigar.
Okay, I got to try that now. I got to try to.
Or if you ate Fig Newtons as a kid, you get that lot of natural fruitiness from it.
I tell you, I eat Fig Newtons now. So I am so down. You have no idea what you just set loose, because when you say chocolate and cherries, from my pipe tobacco past, I'm there, and Fig Newtons, I'm there. And by the way, again, I don't know if you and Josh will ever work anything out, but if you do, I can tell you as just a cigar fan, that's all I am. That his humidor here is top notch.
Yes.
It is top tier humidor. He keeps everything very specific, everything very painstaking detail. So if you ever did work out a deal, you have no worries about the humidor here. It is top
awesome.
tier.
Yeah, I will tell you, we shot, I think it was our first episode here, and we got some cigars out of there. And Matt, my cousin, he opened his cigar, we lit the cigars up, and he said, "This is the first time I've ever been able to pull a cigar out directly out of the humidor and it feel like it's where it should be humidity wise and stuff. And so we've told Josh, he runs a great humidor here. He, for whatever reasons, he listens to us knuckleheads and he brings in some cigars that we like. And it's just been a real good a match. It's been the perfect pairing, I'll say, bourbon and ash and smoke and sound cigars. And so Andrew, I wanted to ask you real quick, kind of going around the room. So you were talking about when you were turning pipes, was there a certain shape of a pipe that you enjoyed making or that you enjoy smoking?
Yeah, we weren't good enough to do like the complicated bends, so we just started with poker pipes. And so those kind of always been my go-to. And I just like them because you can set them down anywhere and they don't fall over on you.
Right.
So yeah, we did a lot of poker pipes.
Stand and all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Any other guys on the panel here? Do you guys are you pipe smokers? Do you have ever wanted to get into pipe smoking? Feel free to chime in on that.
I actually go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, Jacob.
I started smoking a pipe. My grandpa used to. And then I picked one up. I bought a Peterson just not too long ago. So I don't smoke it as often. I smoke cigars more, a lot more actually. But I did just buy some. There's a local shop about 45 minutes from me. It's a gun shop actually, and they sell some pipe tobacco. They make their own, and it's pretty good. They got one. It's called Strawberry Shortcake that I really enjoy. So
That's awesome.
So if you are a cigar smoker thinking about, maybe picking up a pipe, but you don't want to, now again, you always hear about pipe smokers. Again, you always think, oh, I don't want strawberry, cherry, vanilla, I like tobacco flavor. I have a couple of recommendations for you. Billy Budd from Cornell and Deal has cigar leaf in it and a lot of smoky latakia and things like that. And they also make one called Purple Cow, and it has, in my opinion, more cigar leaf. So, if you want to kind of see what that's about, but you don't want to leave your tasty cigar world behind, those are two blends that I would highly recommend from Cornell and Deal.
Purple Cow, that sounds like an ice cream.
Well, it kind of does.
So Chad, what were you going to say about pipe smoking there, buddy?
I tried it. It's too much work for me. I'm going to admit I'm lazy. You have to keep on top of it. And I just could never really keep it to where I know when I pick up my cigar, I'm gonna get the full puff of smoke. I just could never get that from a pipe, and I struggled with it, and it was just to me it's just easier to light a cigar and just go to town with that. But like I said, my stepdad, he smoked a pipe when I was growing up, and Captain Black. And my high school principal, you knew when he was coming because you could smell him coming from wherever he was coming from. You smelled him before you saw him. So I have good memories of pipes, but I just, for myself, it was just wasn't. Maybe it's just not talented enough to keep it going.
So Raul, how about you? You ever dabbled in the pipe smoking there, buddy?
No, but I actually, and we talked about this in the past, Sean. I've always wanted to pick Justin's brain about, pipe, the pipe tobacco and all that, man. But I've seen it like done, and I'm with it's a lot of work. It's like I don't know if I can't, man. So yesterday I was in San Antonio at this lounge, and there's this guy, man. Let me tell you something. There's somebody that smokes a pipe, and not only that, he was a psychiatrist too. So, I mean, he just made it look so cool. And I was like, man, dude, I really got to try that one day. But I just wouldn't even know how to pack it, to be quite honest with you. And again, it does just look like so much work. But it looks like when the work is all done, it looks like it's well worth it.
Well, I tell you, if generally I like my you do a charring light, and then you do a finishing light. But yeah, packing is the key. And after that, and Sean will tell you, I just sit back, smoke my pipe. I don't even touch the lighter. Now, yeah, you have to tamp every once in a while, kind of push the ashes down into the bowl with the tamper. But other than that, man, it's but packing, knowing what kind of tobacco you have, if it's flake, if it's ribbon, but once you get that down, it's not near as much work, and yes, it is pretty cool.
Yeah, see, I
Man,
always think the
I'm
same
telling you,
thing. I always think Justin looks so cool, but I'm the same. I love a pipe. I have several of them, but I'm kind of like Chad. It's like I know I can just go grab that cigar, cut it, and light it.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of a patience thing for me too, because I'm like, when I'm in the mood to smoke, I'm ready to smoke. And but there is something therapeutic about taking out the time to sit down and pack a pipe as well.
Now I would also say, if you kind of want that vibe, but don't want to mess with the pipe, of course, on this episode, we can't go one without mentioning the Deadwood cigars. They use pipe tobacco in them, and they smell really nice. And the Outcast
Stillwell Star too, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Stillwell Star.
I've had those. Now that
those
was
are
the
great.
closest thing that I've had to a pipe in a cigar.
And so
I believe the CAO, the stock, I think. Am I saying that
yes,
right?
yeah,
They also,
Stock, yeah.
I had one of those the other day. It was a great smell. I went back to the shop I got it from and got 2 more. So
Those are
Okay.
good.
really good.
So Cody, let me ask you, because I know you guys aren't selling any pipe tobacco. Has there been any Kentucky Gentleman cigars that may have utilized pipe tobacco in them?
Yeah, so we do have a little nub in a 6x60 that has pipe tobacco in it. So you can get a lot of notes from it there. But that was more of a limited run that we do. We do sell them. But that was one of the first implements we have in our line. A lot of fire cured, our line gets compliments from the pipe tobacco side of smokers. But we've never really done like taking in a Virginian blend and put it in a cigar as well. But it's very possible. A lot of local growers around here grow a lot of great pipe tobacco.
Well, Burley is one of my favorite pipe tobaccos, either for Black Cavendish or like a Prince Albert, which is just a straight Burley. Definitely out there.
And then those Virginian blends are getting real popular, like you were mentioning. A lot of people are gravitating towards those.
Yeah, because not a lot of people aware of this, but the Virginia blends, if you're kind of sensitive to nicotine, Virginia, I think, has some of the lowest amount of nicotine, per serving, as they say. So that's something to keep in mind if you're dabbling in the pipe, and maybe you're Sean will tell you, I love vitamin N. It is a vitamin. So Burley tends to have one of the highest concentrations of nicotine. Just for if you're taking notes at home.
And so Jacob, how long have you been smoking cigars?
I started early or late 2023. So I've been really deep into it probably for the last year, maybe, most likely. Yeah. And it's been a ride. I bought my first box of cigars. It was Red Meat Lovers from Dunbarton.
Ooh.
And during their Sakoween promotion that they do. And that was my first box. That was probably September, I believe, of 24. So but I haven't stopped since. So it's been really fun. It's there's a lot of cigars that I missed out on starting so late, but I don't know. I picked one up and I kind of didn't stop. So
it's addictive.
So,
yeah,
yes.
it's a good,
and not
fun,
just the nicotine, the
right,
ritual,
just
everything of it.
Everything, all the cigar family and community in general. So it's really everybody. Actually, I have to get off here. I have to go to work. I really appreciate you guys having me on. This has been a lot of fun.
Thanks for
Yes,
jumping
sir.
on.
Thank you,
Absolutely.
I wish our video would have worked so we could have, but we'll definitely connect again. Thank you for taking the time to jump on with us. And
Absolutely.
before you jump off, tell everybody where they can find you on Instagram and stuff.
My Instagram handle is I don't ever remember it. It's J_Graham, GRAHAM _17.
And we'll
So,
have you tagged and everything. So, well, again,
right
hey, have a great night at work. Thank you for jumping on.
absolutely.
And
Thanks for
we'll
having me.
definitely connect again soon. Brother Al, you're being quiet. Were you still there with us?
Yes, sir. I'm still here. And, you know, I too enjoy a pipe every now and then.
See, I
and,
know I was waiting for you. I was about to start talking about your apple pipes and all that. And I thought, well, and Brother Al needs to jump on and tell us
Yeah.
about this.
Yeah. So, not to keep jumping back on the lounge life, but we did a Father's Day episode because Rob and I, both of our fathers, smoked pipes. So we did that in tribute to them. So, and I used the pointers that Brother Justin has taught and instilled in me, and scolded you over, and um, our buddy Jay Furman offered some feedback, and
Oh yeah.
I don't know if I was quite ready for that. Because I love Jay and he's great, but he's going to tell you what he thinks for sure.
It's very great feedback, but you're right. You're not ever prepared for your first dose of feedback, are you?
That's right. But and he does it all out of love, even though he's a New Yorker, so he's got a little different way about him than us in the
Yeah.
South.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah, that's true.
And if I could, before I see Cigars with Gunny is on here. I don't know if that's Angel or what. Hey, welcome into the virtual lounge here. This is our second Podaversary, and if you don't mind, and if you don't have to, but if you don't mind me putting you on the spot, I just wanted to ask: is there anything that has stuck out from a Smoke and Sounds episode that you enjoyed, you didn't enjoy, you wish we did more of? Maybe you've yelled at us through your car speakers, or I've heard that. If someone doesn't mind, we'd just like a little bit of feedback from you about how your ride with the Smoke and Sounds podcast has been. Seeing this is our second Podaversary, and you guys are our family, and we absolutely love having each and every one of you here with us, and we cannot tell you how much we appreciate your support. But if someone wouldn't mind sharing some stories, we'd love to hear some of your Smoke and Sounds stories. Okay, it got really quiet, Justin.
Oh,
Well,
I think they're all.
well,
I think they all want to say more wrestling.
well, as a three-time guest on the podcast, or maybe two-time co-host.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2-time. Yeah.
That's what encouraged me and gave me the bug to start a podcast or to get into this, because just knowing that, seeing the joy, I guess, or just knowing what it feels like on a day when I'm down or need somebody to talk to, and there's not really anybody around, you can put on an episode of Smoke and Sounds, whether it's the Blackened episode or the episode with RR, or any of them, and you can feel like you're sitting in the lounge with you guys, and that just it just it made me want to share what you guys share. And we always ask for likes and subscribes and follows and things like that, but if we have our small core group of Instagram followers, because it really is like a family.
Absolutely. And yeah, that was again, that's doing this now for, I can't believe 2 years. I had no idea that cigars was such a community, and that's when I started to really say it's not a competition, it's a community. And so, and I've just been amazed at, like, a lot of bigger podcasters who have way more followers than us, who do way better. They'll stop by and help you out. They'll say, hey, try this, or you want to contact this person or whatever, and do this. And that has been the most gratifying part for me, is that how everybody will kind of step in and help out. And it does, it works like a lounge. And let me throw it over to Josh here just for a second. Now, do you find that, because we found that in the lounge, like people like say who really honestly don't know each other will just talk over cigars or bourbon and that sort of thing. Have you found that's true here at an actual cigar lounge?
Well, that's why we did what we did. Is unlike anywhere else, you go to a bar or anywhere else and people will sit and talk to who they're with, or just sit by themselves. At a cigar lounge, everybody walks in and they almost instantly start talking. What you smoking? What are you doing? And then it turns into what? Oh, well, yeah, I was at this. And I mean, it is the best community you can ever be involved with. It's like I said, you meet so many people from so many different walks of life. And like, there's a guy that came in here, one of our regulars, I may have mentioned it before in a podcast. He calls it the magic stick. Is where there's something about a cigar that it brings out the camaraderie in people. And if you are, like you said earlier, if you're lonely or whatever, or you want to meet some new people or whatever, go to a cigar lounge. You'll sit and meet some of the craziest, neatest people.
Yeah.
Or
Oh yeah,
you'll be sitting and talking to some guy and he's like, oh, I'm a billionaire. I mean, it's just unbelievable. The community of cigars, pipe tobacco is the same way, because everybody's got their story when it comes to it.
right. Right.
And so, Angel, you're there. Say hi, buddy. You got to let us know you're here. What's up, brother? We're so glad to have you on your first official episode of Smoking Sounds. You have been one of our longest supporters, so thank you for jumping on. What's going on, brother? What are you smoking?
How's it going? Yeah, I just got home from work and I had to hop on. You know how it is, But I want to, say congratulations to you guys for your second year Podaversary. Because hey, you guys had an amazing journey, and you guys are a big highlight of my day every time your episode's out. And I'm smoking, got to go with the Ultimo scissor tail.
Oh wow! Okay, excellent.
That's awesome. And if you guys haven't seen, Tomas is in Dubai right now at the Dubai Cigar Festival. That's awesome. The Tulsa is being represented out there. But in all sincerity, Angel, I do really want to say thank you for all of your support. You, Kevin, and Kenny have just been so amazing to us. Not just with the package you sent, which was phenomenal. But just your continued support. You and brother, I mean, most of you guys sitting on this have been with us since day one. And we cannot tell you how grateful we are for that. And the friendship that we've been able to develop has just been amazing. So thank you so much for that. And thank you for rushing home from work and jumping on here. That means the world to us. And thanks for smoking the Ultimo Scissor Tail. That is, I didn't expect that. So that's amazing.
You guys are, a big part of this community. The community is like lucky to have you guys, because you guys are amazing individuals. You guys supply entertainment, you supply knowledge, you supply things all over the just, not only cigars, pipes, wrestling, you talk about mental health, you talk about a lot of topics that need to be talked about. And you are a key that we can go online or a podcast and listen to and hear these things that we should be listening to and understand what's going on in the world type. You guys are a big part of this community, and we are lucky to have you, because you guys are awesome individuals.
Well, and the community is lucky to have you and each and every one of you guys sitting here, because
I'm not sure.
Uh-oh. So before we get away from Angel, Angel, I've been asking everybody, what is your undisputed champ cigar, the one you go to, your absolute, and remember, the belt can change hands at any moment, but what's your ultimate cigar right at this moment?
One I can always grab and I always enjoy is West Tampa Red.
West Tampa Red.
That is a good one.
I think that was Sean's undisputed for a little bit, but again, there's always the Survivor Series. There's always the steel cage match where the belt can change hands. So just understand that. mine, as many of you know, is still the Foundation Tabernacle Maduro.
That's a good one.
And but I tell you, the Deadwoods or the Outcast is I think they're going to double team him in the ring, and so the belt might change hands there, but for right now it's just been the Tabernacle Maduro.
Josh, is the Outcast still doing pretty good here?
Yeah, we only have one left.
Wow.
New order. I got to order some. We've been ordering a bunch of stuff because of our anniversary this weekend, but I've got a new order. It'll be probably next week.
Awesome. Well, there we go. And then see, I had Andrew, you still there with us?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Hey,
I'm
I had a
about to have
question.
to run.
Okay, well, let me ask you this real quick because I really do appreciate every second of you spending with us.
Yeah.
One, I wanted to get out where people can find you and where can I get on? I want to buy a copy of the vinyl. So tell me where we can get on and support you to get that physical product like Justin was talking about earlier. Let's get all that out where people can find.
If you want a physical copy of the vinyl, just shoot me a message at Andrew Vinson Music on Instagram. TikTok, Andrew Vinson Acoustic at Gmail is my email. That's how I've been shipping them out, just direct DMs, and people have been paying me with PayPal or Cash App or whatever they have.
Oh, wow. Excellent.
Well, I am
awesome.
going to be sending you that and the money because I want to get one. And if you would, I mean this sincere, I want you to sign it. I want to hang it in the Carhole Lounge when we're podcasting. I want to have it right behind my shoulder there for everybody to see it because your music means that much to me and my family, and we want to support you each and every way we can.
Thank you so much. I'm sorry the mic didn't pick up the guitar. I don't know
you know what? All that means is we get to tie you down for another episode.
Yeah. Oh, we'll give it another shot, and before we get going, we'll do like a little sound check and make sure everything's right.
Oh yeah. And it'll be sponsored by Kentucky Gentleman Cigars, and we'll get some Jesus, some Lost at Sea. We'll get Hollow. We'll get all of them on there.
All right, you let me know. I appreciate y'all's time so much. And a happy podcast anniversary. That's awesome to stick with something.
Thank you, sir.
And thank you so much. And again, thank you for jumping on here and for letting us play your just awesome music. So thank you so much for jumping on, and we'll tag you and everything, and we'll steer everybody your direction so they can get physical copies of your latest album. So thanks again.
All right. Thank y'all.
All right.
Thank you, brother.
Bye.
There you go.
All right, Chad, we got to talk about this Instagram handle, buddy.
CCW2472.
All right. So we want everybody to look you up, send you a friend request. We tag you in a lot of stuff. I hope people are finding you. Raul, where people are going to find you at Smoking Tex?
So I have two. It's going to be my personal page is Arceline 001TX, and then on the podcast one's the Smoking Tex podcast show. Just like that. And you'll be able to find it there, guys.
Is that the one that's sponsored by O'Reilly's?
Oh my God.
Hey, no, Sean, that's the wrong one. That's the one sponsored by Sonic.
Oh, okay.
Hey, listen, just like yourself, like you're saying, y'all gonna have a cigar. Hopefully, be on the lookout for, the Smoking Tex. Roll by KK Fuego. I'm just saying,
hey,
just be on the lookout for that.
I heard Karen Berger may be partnering with Raul to make a smoking sexy cigar.
Oh man.
Hey man, let's make sure she doesn't hear this episode, man.
Yeah, I don't think she listens, so we're probably safe.
So if you're looking for a good spot that that sells chorizo, he knows where it is.
Hey, and Sean and Justin, again, man, before y'all move on, again, big congrats on y'all's anniversary, and also Bourbon Ash too. Congratulations. Y'all have always been an inspiration for me to do what I do. So, and I've told you that, and now that I finally have Justin on, Justin, I mean, honestly, I've told Al, Sean, and I want you to hear from me that I'm doing what I'm doing because of people like yourself that inspired me to do this. So
hey man, I definitely appreciate that. And yeah, it's always amazing to me that two knuckleheads from Tulsa can inspire anybody. But man, I do definitely appreciate that. And again, I wish Instagram was more something I could get a hold of. But again, you can still find me on your grandma's Facebook page. And Smoking Sounds is there too. So don't hesitate to come by and see what we're doing. I always try to post stuff for the Smoking Sounds page, especially for that I think our listeners would be interested in and that sort of thing. So I definitely appreciate it.
Justin, I had one more question, and I'm going to kick myself if I don't ask this, Justin.
Go ahead.
So how true is it? I mean, you're a legend. I'm just letting you know that you're a legend. But how true is it with you and the Burger King bathroom? I just need to know. I need to know this.
Inquiry minds need to know. I don't know what Sean's been saying.
Do you remember when I introduced you, the man that once got busy in a Burger King bathroom?
Okay, so
Raul has been hung up on that ever since I introduced you that way. He now knows that you were the inspiration for that line in the Humpty Dance.
Well,
oh my God.
As the closest I got to that was doing the actual Humpty Dance while less than sober. But other than that's as far as that goes. I was just doing the Humpty Dance less than sober, and so unfortunately, most of the rumors you've heard are mostly not true.
And Raul, I want to listen. I love you so much, brother. And thank you so much for being such a good sport. I love to razz you. Me and Angel razz you about O'Reilly's and chorizos and this and that. And you're such a good sport about it. And each and every one of you, thank you guys so much for the kind words about inspiring the community. But you guys inspire us. That's why, we bring up Raul and Alan and Chad, Christopher, and the Kentucky Gentleman, it's because you guys are inspiring us. We're not going to do what we do without you guys. And so thank you for being part of our community.
Absolutely.
And Raul, you've just been a huge blessing in my life. You and Al and Angel and Cody and Christopher and Andrew, all you guys and Jacob. And I just absolutely, Kevin and Kenny, I love each and every one of you guys. And hopefully we can one day all connect like at the PCA or something. That would just be, we're going to burn the house down. It's all going to be one big Burger King bathroom.
Oh man. Oh no. Okay. Don't start
not.
tearing up. Okay. So, yeah. So, and what he means is we'll all do the Humpty Dance while less than sober. So but yeah, absolutely. And again, I'm just when Sean brought this idea to me, Smoking Sounds, like tobacco and music, I had no idea what I was getting into, but I'm glad I did. And it's just been just a fun ride, and it's just been just tremendous. This is the first podcast I've ever done with anybody. And so Sean's like, and you guys could hear that first episode we did. I was pretty nervous. We had a little mic on the table, and I was like, but it's a tremendous thing to be part of this community, and everybody contributes. Everyone has their own personality. And we love getting hooked up with, we did a lot of episodes from the tobacco pouch here in Tulsa.
Yeah.
Pipe Mike and his knowledge of pipe tobacco and stuff. And this is our home away from home now here at Bourbon and Ash. And
for some reason Josh keeps letting us back through the doors.
I know.
We don't know what it is, but he's so kind to allow us in.
We come in and we have to rearrange all the furniture and everything, to get all the tables and stuff for all the equipment and such. So it's just so guys, listen, if you're ever in Tulsa, definitely you want to come by Bourbon and Ash. You don't want to pass this up. If you're ever around these parts, come in here. And Josh and his crew will definitely take care of you.
That's right. And so Josh, how has the first year been? Just kind of we're about to celebrate the big 1 year anniversary. So how has it been for you this first year? Has it been, you tell me how it's been.
A lot of work.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of fun. Like I said, it's kind of like I said, from what I used to do to this is totally different, which is good. But I mean, meeting all these people and everything else. And like I said, just to like you were talking about, I'm sure for you all 2 years was like a blink.
Yeah.
And that was what this year was. I told my wife the other day, I'm like, can you believe this shit? I mean, we made it a year, and that's the hardest one from everybody says. So
yeah,
we've gone from cigars to 100% wholesale to almost 100% all directs, which allows us to save money for our customers that can come in, and we don't have to inflate the prices. We can get good prices. We have a good selection, I think. And it's just been a lot of fun. Thank you guys for being a part of it.
Well, I had the pleasure to actually, I the first time I got to meet you was at another establishment. You guys were picking up your first order to open up. And actually Braden from Brews and Business had come out and
Correct.
He was wanting to do a combination episode. We unfortunately weren't able to make that, but I'm very happy with how our relationship has just blossomed, and we are so appreciative of you and your team always allowing us to come and set up and invade the space, and your patrons of the Bourbon and Ash have always been very friendly, and they always get a kick out of us being here. And so that's, it's such a great place. You've built such a beautiful place here, and
thank you.
And we thank you for that. And we're excited for year number 2 for you, and what year number 3 is going to start with us. And Cody, I got to tell you, man, that Kentucky Gentleman Cigar was just absolutely fantastic.
Thank you. I really appreciate
know what
that.
you're doing down there, man.
Try to. I mean, I grew up around it, regardless of knowing the cigar industry. So I learned it on that end, but then finding my own enjoyment of different blends I like and finding my own inspiration, it just has me be able to make things that I love and be able to have it and for you to enjoy it. And then I get more enjoyment out of hearing you guys smoke things that we make and really enjoy it, but I also do it as an affordable cost and something you can get on a regular basis. So that's one thing we strive to do is give you a great cigar at a really affordable price.
And hand rolled here in the great state of Kentucky in the United States of America. And I do want to ask you, has there been a cigar that was not one that you made that you smoked and you thought, man, I really enjoyed this stick, but I would like to kind of reblend that and put a Kentucky Gentleman spin on it? Has there been any inspirational cigars that you've smoked that's kind of led you in one way or another?
That's a really good question. I would probably say, honestly, so not in a really blend taste profile, but in a rolling perspective, like that Solomon we're smoking, that's a really hard cigar to roll consistently just because of shape, consistency in the smoke. So that's one thing that I feel is really cool to go toe and toe with, to be able to offer something like that that the other big companies offer. But I think one thing that we really stand proud on as far as blend wise is we were really one of the first cigar companies to offer a cigar with a Kentucky fire cured tobacco in a cigar in total in around 2007, 2008. So I feel like in the history of it all, we were kind of like the inspiration of reintroducing fire cure into the cigar industry. Now, maybe not on a mainstream level, but if you just go back and see when cigars started being released and fire cured, we were the first ones to have it in 2008, and it's hard to find one before that. So I think that's a unique blend, but also us aging our tobacco in bourbon barrels. I don't think anybody does it like we do. And if they are doing the same process, they just don't get the same outcome as far as the taste, because we're not trying to get our cigars to taste like the bourbon or the distillery we're making cigar for. We want that barrel to help smooth out the blend, make it either more flavorful or smooth it out. You get that natural flavor from the oak and the char. So take some of that nicotine, some of that impurities out of tobacco. But all in all, it just makes it a new blend that's not a normal concept in the cigar industry. So we love tweaking with how long we put in the barrel, different types of wood used in barrel, using some of those Brazilian staves like they do in the Armada barrels for bourbon. The opportunities are endless, using rye barrels, using weeded barrels. Angels envy using wine, makes it sweeter, using rum barrels. So just being able to use all those different forms of storing methods, and it changes the outcome of the cigar, I think is really, really cool.
Well, and I'm going to say, after smoking that cigar, and just not see if you kind of agree with me, that's a meal of a cigar. Like, I feel like that is a great cigar with the holidays coming up. When you eat about, 18 pounds of turkey and 32 pounds of ham, I'm talking about just
Amen.
Justin here, and 14 bowls of stuffing.
That's an amen.
That is the perfect partner for that holiday meal.
I could definitely see that.
And that creaminess, it kind of is, it can almost even fall into that kind of dessert after. I don't know if you guys would agree with that. But it was a hearty cigar, and it left me feeling just full of enjoyment after smoking it, like I just ate a big old plate of food or something. What do you guys say about that, Justin?
Well, I would say definitely what I was going to mention. Somebody was talking about how they, with their dad, or, I was smoking the cigar, and I was thinking about sitting around like the campfire, like in the evening. Definitely, one you want to take your time with, tell stories over. That's the Kentucky Gentleman I just had. That is exactly what I thought of when I was smoking it. Like, you want to tell stories over it. You want to compare battle scars and that sort of thing. Because again, it's a consistent flavor. It's a full flavor. And it doesn't change. It doesn't fade out or anything. And so you can just go on and on with that. So definitely that's my first impression.
And you enjoyed yours, Josh?
Of course. I love the longer cigars anyways. Like I said, there's more time to sit around and bullshit.
Yeah. And that was right up your alley.
That's
Big
awesome.
ring gauge,
Perfect.
Churchill. Angel, brother, hey, listen, wanted to give you an opportunity. Let's tell people where they can find you and Kevin and everybody on social medias and things like that.
You can find me at Cigars with Angel on Instagram. That's my handle. Kevin, Cigars with Kevin, and you got Kenny at Cigars with Kenny on Instagram.
Is it the three smoking amigo? What is it? The three amigos, something like that?
Yeah, the three amigos. Cigars with the three amigos. Yeah,
that's it. Yeah.
Okay.
And you
Excellent.
got Gunny the dog. I love seeing those posts and
yeah, Cigars with Gunny, and then Cigars with Christy.
Christy, you beat me to it. I was trying to get a plug in there for Christy. Alan, what's up, brother? Give us some ways people can find you.
Well, to start off, you can Howlin, HOWLIN _ wit, WIT _ big _ Al, and also at Lounge Life Podcast on both of those on Instagram.
Well, brother Alan, if I could put a request, this is just a request. You don't have to do it. I'm not trying to put any. Well, I am putting people on the spot here, but I think I see a Howlin' with Big Al episode coming up with you and CCW. I think you need to get Christopher Chad Wise over there on a Howlin' with Big Al episode.
Yeah, get the bug.
Hey, I am down. And two, just to kind of put a little plug in for it, but Howlin' with Big Al is, of course, my solo podcast, and I've kind of pivoted from what I originally envisioned. So now I want to turn it, instead of doing, say, makers, rollers, shop owners, I want to kind of be like, and I'll have to tell you, Raul kind of inspired me to do this, and it's more getting to know the people behind these pages. Amen. That we see, these awesome posts. Yes. Like I've had the three amigos on 2 episodes. So we had so much fun. So
excellent episodes. I absolutely love those episodes. And I loved it. And you're 100% right. Raul changed the game with in more ways than one. Look, you just thought he was the Brown Thunder from Down Under. Maybe that's why we started getting so many downloads from Australia, is because the Brown Thunder from Down Under. But Raul changed the game with these homie check-ins and the moon towers. And you're 100% right. Look, you and Rob me and Justin, we have had the distinct pleasure of sitting down with John from Crowned Heads, and what an amazing gentleman he is, right?
Most definitely.
And I would not give up that experience for anything, but there is something to what Raul's doing, seeing Ralphie, Smoky Justice, seeing Angel on there, seeing Jason, Slugworth Caps. I mean, I could spend the next hour just talking about people that I would love to see exactly what you're talking about. The Cigar Apostle, I hope I'm saying
Crispin.
that right. Crispin, all these guys, they are just phenomenal human beings. And you know what's great about Raul's and this, and just like when you and Raul were on the other night, and every time I see Angel on with Raul, I always feel better. You're gonna get a laugh, right? You're going to get educated because there is, you're talking about the cigars and or the bourbons or whatever it is. But if you're having a down moment, somebody said it earlier, and I thank you for saying it, but put on one of these. It's going to lift your spirits. Even if I'm at cheer practice with my daughter off and I see that Angel and Al are on with Raul, I put it on in the background and people are looking at me. They're like, what the hell is this guy laughing at? And I'm like, oh, you don't understand. It's O'Reilly's. You don't get it, right? Or whatever it is, right?
Church's chicken.
Yeah. Church's chicken or and I can't say it. You guys all with these smoking sounds hats on are just, you're just touching my heart. You're going to make me cry. But so yes, I love that spin on that. And so, Raul, thank you, and Alan, thank you, Angel, Chris.
I would be remiss, but I have to tell, he won't accept it, but he's the one that's created all of this boom in Instagram lives now. He would just come on, and then you would have Angel pop on, or Greg Cigar Text Ride, or Jason Slugworth Caps, or Albert Kind of Smokes. I mean, the list kind of goes on and on and on and on, and Ralphie and and Marky Cigars with Omerta Cigars introduced us to John Deans and John and Juana of Madre Tierra Cigars, who has become integrated with us. And you know what I mean? We always put these makers and company owners, but just like we're sitting here and talking with Cody, they're one of us. They got into this for the love of the cigar.
Right.
And they just want to sit down and kick it and, chew the fat and relax and have a good time just like the rest of us.
Yeah.
And I did want to fail to mention, we were talking about, pipe, tobacco and cigars and stuff. Of course, I could not let this podcast in without mentioning, of course, Stallone cigars and their Bocephalus. If you guys want a good, Oriental pipe tobacco and stuff like that, the Bocephalus is in my opinion, his crowning achievement. So Stallone Cigars is the one you need for that one. So
amen.
Because Tony has been very good to us, and we've done a couple of episodes with him, and it's just been tremendous. Also wanted to throw a special shout out to, you guys have heard Paige Turner on, here and there and everywhere. So we definitely have some future plans with her, and she has some great ideas for that. So I wanted to kind of, now that we've kind of went over those of you who are left, so Josh, I'll start with you. What are your kind of plans for the future that you can talk about? Like what can we look forward to here at Bourbon and Ash? And I'll throw it to the rest of the guys, like your plans for the upcoming year.
Well, like I said, the biggest thing is our VIP lounge. We're going to open up. I think it's going to be interesting. It'll give members kind of pamper themselves a little bit, and we can, kind of create that atmosphere downstairs. And like I said, we've seen it at other places, and I think it's a good thing for us. But the biggest thing is grow our cigar community, grow how many cigars we have, and and bourbon and everything else. And it's just, like I said, just get those busier nights and meet new people is the biggest thing for us.
All right, we'll go to Cody. So what's in store for the future for Kentucky Gentleman Cigars?
So in 2026, at least right now on the slated schedule, we have about 10 new releases we're going to put out next year. But then separate from that, my mom and sister are going to be introducing their ladies line. So they're going to introduce a whole line of cigars in a smaller ring gauge for that line. So that's going to be a whole different release in itself. And then we're going to start working on a cigar blend, bourbon and cigar pairing to go up on the website, so you can buy the bourbon and the cigar to have both, and the labeling are going to try and bounce off each other. And we're either going to do that with Castle on Key or Monk's Row, just depending on who we sit down and like the bourbon better on.
Excellent. Christopher Chadwise, what's coming up for the CCW?
I mean, I just smoking, smoking, listening to you guys. And I do want to say, thank you for having me on, but also congratulations on your second Podaversary. Sean, we kind of connected, just out of me listening and messaging you on Instagram. But like they said, that you guys give me a little respite. I like you, Sean, work in healthcare, and like uh, Andrew was saying, we see a different side of society. Law enforcement, police, fire, EMS. We see people at their worst.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's good to just be able to sit down and know that the person that you're talking with, or you're, sharing time with, understand kind of, what you go through. So I want to thank you for that, because you've kind of given me that little bit of a lift sometimes. I started as an EMT right out of the after I got out of the Marine Corps, and my job is more clerical now, but I work 12-hour shifts at night. I deal with 5 different hospitals, placing patients. So it's good because Smoking Sounds is on when I'm working sometimes.
Oh man.
Man.
It helps. Well, it's a good thing I have my own office, but
Yeah.
it's
Sorry, Mama.
it's a good way to just get away from life. Cigars in general like that, but gentlemen like you guys and the ladies that listen have brought me more joy than anything. So the community is something that I appreciate more than anything, and that goes from the CEOs of companies down to those of us that are just novice, just getting into the world of cigars and trying to understand. My smoking pattern is all over the place because I'm trying to soak up and learn and everything. And I look forward to Kentucky Gentleman. I'm getting ready to go on a cruise for Thanksgiving, and I'm going to put my order in and try to get them here
Oh
before I
yeah.
leave.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
that's my big thing coming up. But just being able to connect with you guys and maybe jump on a podcast with Smoking Tex and Al and
Heck
Cigars
yeah.
with Angel. I see them all the time. I've watched them. I follow them, and this group of people that are here right now are probably a huge influence on what I smoke and the music I listen to, because you play some amazing music, and I'm not the biggest wrestling fan. My wrestling days kind of stopped when the Rock and all them were wrestlers. I haven't really paid attention to it too much after that, but it's fun and it's interesting, and I love you guys and I appreciate it.
Well, and we absolutely love you. And before I let you, I do want to tell you also, Chad, thank you. There's been some very early mornings. You've sent me some messages. Hey, good morning. Hope you have a great. And that means a lot to me because, again, you understand what I'm about to walk into, or just walked into, and so I appreciate those kind words more than you know, and appreciate your friendship. And so thank you for saying those kind words about me and Justin, and thank you for supporting us. Yeah, we definitely look forward to connecting more with you. What do you got, Justin?
Oh, just hey, again, I just want to thank you as well. And yeah, definitely, if we, when we hear stuff like that, we it's real cliche, but it makes what we do, and with the show prep that we do and all that, it really makes it worth it. And we, again, we feel like, or I feel like we're just a reflection of the community, like, because, sometimes a lot of the podcasts you hear are real studio based, real polished and scripted. You know what they're going to say before they say it. Here you don't. And by the way, I would say you should get back into wrestling if you at all can. Survivor Series is coming up. John Cena's last match will be on the December's NBC main event, so you'll want to tune in for that. But
Justin, I got a question.
Okay,
who are you doing show prep with?
Well, I mean, like, as we're coming in, guys, literally, we'll come up the stairs or the elevator. We're talking, okay, what do we want to talk about? And that's the show prep. But, or, so like I'll come in and I say, Josh, can we mention this? And he'll say yay or nay, and what, or whatever it is. And so,
I thought you already started teaming up with the Smoking Text, and y'all been, I was like, what's this this? I don't ever remember practicing or scripted or.
That's true. Yeah. See, yeah, there's no scripts in front of us. There's no what are they, telemonitors or whatever they call the teleprompters.
Hell, I can barely get the board to work most of the time.
And so again, guys, this has just been so much fun, and just such a great time. And 2 years. I just can't believe it. I just can't believe it's been 2 years. And we hope we're part of this community for a long time to come.
Yes. All right. Cigars with Angel. We're going to ask you what's coming up in the future. Have you plug your stuff again, and then we'll flip it to the Smoking Text. And I think that I've got everybody. If I have missed anybody, please chime in, because I do not want to leave anybody out. So Cigars with Angel, what do we got coming up?
All right. Let's start off by the Scissor Tail Maduro is amazing. Let's start off there.
Yes.
And
that is a fantastic cigar.
I want to say, Justin, you are a cigar with Christy's favorite. I hate to say it, Sean. And Sean, you are a cigar with Gunny's favorite. I'll give you that.
Awesome.
But so what I'm looking forward to is, listen to more episodes from you guys, because I can't wait for that. For what's coming up for your future. But I'm going to go out there, find the next best cigar, or my next favorite cigar, what's out there, especially a lot of these smaller companies, boutique brands, because so many different brands out there. You got HJ, Haze Gray, Silent Hero, Ironclad, the Cigar Clowns. They're all making great cigars. You have to try everything. Give these little small boutique brands, a try, because they have some great cigars. You never know. And there might be a podcast with the three amigos. Who knows? You never know.
Hey, I was just about to say, if I can put a request in, I would love to. I mean, look, you guys are primed for it. You got to do it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. You just got to, you guys are set up, and I've told you guys this before. You and Kevin jumped on an episode, and we said we would love to hear. We got to get that. So if there's anything that we can do to help, we'd love to be backers and supporters of that in any way that we can, because that would be amazing to have three amigos, have Gunny and Christy and everybody on. That would be so awesome.
Yeah, and like I said, thank you for having me on, and congrats on the 2-year Podaversary. And hey, sky's the limit. And you hear Gunny over here saying he's trying to chime in.
That's right. Hey, Gunny's welcome anytime. All right, Big Tex.
What you got, man?
We saved the Raul. What's coming up? What can we expect coming up for Raul and the Smoking Text?
Oh, man. So first of all, before I say anything, Al, thank you so much for them kind words, buddy. I really do appreciate it. Love you, brother. But as far as myself, my format's going to be changing here a little bit, little by little. Of course, I mean, I gotta I got to follow y'all's footsteps. I'm going to be going on YouTube, Spotify, doing all that good, amazing things too as well. And not only that, but I'm also going to be having I finalized all my stuff for my merch line, which is going to be coming out in 2026.
Yeah. All right.
With the help of my wife, as long as I don't get her upset. But I told her, hey, you're going to get all the proceeds will go to you. So, not only that, let me see what else. Again, I'm always going to continue doing IG lives though too. I mean, that's always been my stomping ground with the community. It's like you said, everybody has a story. I'm going to do my best to try to get to everybody as much as I can. And I mean, a lot of them stories are just so interesting. And of course, again, Sean, Justin, man, listening to y'all have no idea. I'm a truck driver, so, and like right now I'm back here, working for 6 weeks. And when I'm a little, lonely, a little down, man, and it's no joke, not because I'm on here, but I'll listen to you, to Al, to Real Smokes, and man, let me tell you, it just makes my day so much better. And again, guys, thank y'all for having me. Thank y'all for always showing the love and support. And man, I can't wait to see, what the future holds for y'all, man. I'm excited for y'all.
Oh yeah.
Well,
And now listen, if you start that merch, now listen, if you do
Here it
lids,
comes.
Pumpkin,
that must be pumpkin head approved. So
listen, so as a matter of fact, so believe it or not, Justin, I got you, buddy. So and I'm actually I'm gonna be doing a little like a little care package for you, Sean, Lounge Life, and other podcasts, just to show my appreciation, because when I was just barely coming on the scene, I remember Sean reaching out, and it's like, man, that meant so much to me, and there's people like y'all that even now, and I've said this before, and it may sound like a broken.
Uh-oh. I think Raul froze up on me.
I'm sure you call y'all brother, man. Thank you.
We got you. Hey man, you froze up for just a second, but we got you, bro.
Yeah, but
we got you.
And I've got to say, because Justin, he mentioned earlier, I've got to say that we wouldn't be doing Smoking Sounds without my wife. I was sitting around one day, and she told me, she said, if you're going to do a podcast and if it's going to have any chance of being successful, you've got to connect back with Justin. And when she said that, it just all came to me, like the name, the idea of the podcast. And I just called him right up and I said, hey, you want to do this? And without hesitation, he said, yeah. And
I said, who is this?
Yeah.
How'd you get my number?
After he said that, he said, oh yeah, I think I remember you. And it just, we've never scripted anything. We've never planned anything. We've just kind of flown by the seat of our pants, and we're going to keep doing that. I think the first thing I told him was, we're going to be raw and real and uncut. We're not going to edit. We're not going to be fake. And, and that's worked well for us. And so,
and I'm going to do all I can to keep artificial intelligence out of our podcast. I'm going to do all I can.
Except for when it makes stickers of us, because
okay, well, there is that. Okay. Okay. Cancel Grok. Cancel.
So yeah. So but in closing, I want to thank each and every one of you guys. Cody, thank you so much for the Kentucky Gentleman Cigars. It was absolutely the perfect pairing for our second Podaversary. Alan, thank you so much for your friendship, for your brotherhood, for your support. Angel, again, thank you for your friendship, your support. Kevin, Kenny, you guys, I know you're listening. Thank you. Raul, I love you, my man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Christopher Chad Wise, I love you, brother. Thank you, thank you. I look forward to conversations each and every day with each and every one of you. And lastly, Josh, thank you so much for welcoming us in to Bourbon and Ash. It's starting to fill up here. I like this.
I love it.
I love it. People are getting their cigars. They're getting their drinks. This is what it's all about. The lounge life atmosphere. There's also a podcast called The Lounge Life. It's pretty good. Check it out. And again, Cody, before we sign off, one more time, tell everybody where they can find Kentucky Gentleman Cigars.
you can either message me on my personal Instagram. It's Cody, Cody Mobley, Mobley 47, or you can get us at KY Gentleman Cigars on Instagram or www.KentuckyGentlemanCigars.com.
Awesome. And I want to get you and
Excellent.
Justin connected on Facebook if you're not already, just so that we'll be able to have some conversations, especially and again, we're really looking forward to the possibility of blending a smoking sound cigar with you. And
Yes.
so Justin, what else you got before we sign off?
Well, again, we were talking about the future, and again, thank you everybody for coming on. Again, we have a lot of big things, at least big in our eyes for us coming up. So definitely want to subscribe and stay tuned. I know a lot of the people in the community are, so definitely want you to be ready for that. Holiday episodes coming up, and as next year is going to be really big for us. We will be at the PCA, the Premium Cigar Association. So definitely want to listen for all that kind of stuff. And there's even a rumor that we might actually podcast from Missouri Meerschaum corncob pipes in Washington, Missouri.
I think that's a rumor we can make official, like a referee with a whistle. We're ironing out the details, but yeah, Smoking Sounds coming to you live from Missouri Meerschaum Pipes, and we're going to get to have the full. Thank you to Paige Turner for lining this up. We're going to get the full tour of the history of the pipes, and we are going to set up at the factory and bring you guys another exciting episode of Smoking Sounds Podcast. Can you believe that, Justin?
I know. And I just can't believe it. So again, thank you to Andrew Vinson. Guys, download his music, or Vinson, I am him for the signed. I'm going to make him sign every one of them.
That's right.
The signed vinyl. So you want to do that. So Sean, why don't we just roll out with because he didn't get to play his music. We had a little technical faux pas, but maybe we kind of roll out with some of his music.
We're gonna roll out with some of his music, because just like Raul says, we used to just be lowercase G's, but now we're big G's. And that's going to be a wrap on this episode of Smoking Sounds. So thank you guys, each and every one of you, for jumping on with us.
Thank you.
Kentucky Gentleman Cigars, the Bourbon and Ash Cigar Lounge, Howlin' with Big Al, the Smoking Tex, Cigars with Angel, Cigars with Kevin, Cigars with Kenny, Andrew Vinson, Jacob Graham. Thank you guys, Christopher Chadwise. Thank you guys so much. Make sure you subscribe to us at Smoking Sounds Pod, so you never miss a beat or a draw. And leave us a 5-star review. That just helps everybody find us. So until next time, keep those cigars lit. Those pipes packed. Hold on.
Packed.
And the sounds smoking. All right, we got it. Thank you guys so much
for jumping on with us.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
We'll get